Hi. Today's lesson is about a sower, somebody who has seed and grows things from it. Now, the seed in this lesson is God's love, and He throws it everywhere for everybody. Now, I like to raise things from seed, and when I raise things from seed, I'm very careful because I have just a few seeds, and where I put them, I have to be very careful. So I've been doing this. You ought to take a look. Here is the bottom of an old onion. And I've been putting it in water, actually in a tea bag. And when you do that, see the new roots that are growing? And look what happens when it gets the roots. It starts to grow new onions. Now I watch these every day. And I keep the water on them. I put them in old tea bags. You can just put them in water. But that will help them stay moist all the time. So because I have just a few onions, you can only eat so many, I have to watch them very, very carefully. God's seeds, God's love is like all the dots on my shirt. There's so many you can't count them. And this sower, which is us, can throw that love everywhere. Some of it will do one thing, some will do another thing. We can help the seed, but we can just feel free to share God's love everywhere, every way. Now, in making stuff, I have a fun way to share love with one special person. And you can do this over and over. These are fun to make. They're fun to get. So think of somebody you'd like to do something special for. We're going to make a surprise ball. So a surprise ball is something that tells somebody what you think of them. It shows them how you love them. So you start with something that's important to them. Now, the person I'm making this for likes frogs. And they have this frog, but it's been away for so long, I think they've forgotten that they own it. So remember last week we cut apart a plastic bag? This week, we're going to cut apart a paper bag. If you are strong enough, you can cut the paper bag straight across like this. So I take the bag and I can just cut it with the double layers. You have to have a good scissors, and remember, use the sharp point of your scissors. But if that doesn't work, you can take the bag and you can spiral it. So I'm going to take this. I've started to cut it. And I'm going to keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting and keep cutting. And I have a great big long piece of paper bag. So I'm going to take my piece of paper bag. And here is the frog, and I'm going to hold it on the frog and wrap it around. Whoa, it's a jumpy frog. And wrap it around. And after it goes around once, it will hold itself. And then I'll move it a little bit and keep holding it and keep moving it. Now, if you want to make this easy to open, you don't have to use much tape. If you want to make it more work to open, you can keep taping it. So it takes more and more work for the people to open their surprise ball. So remember, when you tape, part of what you tape has to go on the thing you want to hold down, and part has to go on what you want to hold it. So here's this, and I'm going to tape it again, so they have a lot of work. So I'm going to put in a note, and this note says, "Love you," because this is the last note that they'll see. So I'm going to put this down and take another piece of paper bag that I've already cut and wrap it around and around and around and cover up my note so it will be a surprise when they find it. Now the frog's almost all covered up. And I will tape that. Can you imagine how much fun it would be to get this and see what's inside? And I'm going to again tape it so half and half. Now it's bigger. It's ready for a little bit bigger note. And this note I made and said, you make people happy, or maybe I'll put in, here's one. You were kind when I was sad. That's something that person did for you. Saying you make people happy is something they are. So your note could be something they did or something they are. It could be either one. So I'm going to put this down and keep wrapping, keep wrapping. Here's one that I've wrapped a bunch of times. And I can keep wrapping and make this as big as I want and put as many notes in as I want. And it's just a way to tell someone that they are very special, and a very directed way to send God's love to one person. Let's pray. God, thank you for your abundant love, greater than we can even imagine. Help us to share that love with everyone. Help us to share that caring with everyone. Thank you for ways to make special people feel very special. Amen.